Hey guys, welcome back to Ivy Crypto. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Today I'm back with another Cardano project video and I'm really excited about this one. It is called MELD. It is the banking stack for DeFi. MELD is the first DeFi non-custodial banking protocol. You can securely lend and borrow both crypto and fiat currencies with ease and stake your MELD tokens for APY. Put simply, MELD is a decentralized lending protocol using the Cardano blockchain, including smart contracts and governed by the MELD token. It provides a fast, safe, and transparent set of tools for anyone to lend and borrow crypto and fiat currencies. Now, as always, guys, I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. This is just a new project I wanted to make people aware about. I was only made aware of this about a week ago. I've done some pretty good research about it. I will be personally investing in this project, but it's up to you to do your own research, of course. So MELD is using the initial stake pool offering, which was first brought to light by SundaySwap, which I've talked about quite extensively on the channel, and it is a project that I am still following. But SundaySwap hasn't made any progress on the ISO. In fact, we don't even know if they're actually going to do it. Whereas MELD, they are doing it. They have started the process. They are going to be doing an initial stake pool offering. Now, if you don't know what that is, an ISPO is a revolutionary new way for investors and the community to support their favorite project using the Cardano blockchain. In an ISPO, users can delegate their ADA using the Yoroi or Daedalus, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, wallet to the public MELD stake pool for any period which they choose, and depending on the duration and quantity of ADA staked, delegators will be rewarded with MELD tokens. So essentially it's a way of getting into the project early and being rewarded with the tokens. In the ISPO stake pool, MELD Labs will get 100% of the staking rewards generated by the pool, and as a reward for participating in the ISPO, MELD has allocated up to 800 million MELD tokens to be airdropped within 5 minutes of the token launch in December 2021. So the ISPO model, guys, it's much closer to a fair launch than any other option available, and it's particularly exciting and as it's the native core functionality of Cardano. It's to be fair and have fair launches and all this sort of stuff. So I am pretty excited about this, and I'm really excited about the fact that they're just doing it. They're not just talking about it. So let's get more into the project and what it actually is. So why MELD? And it goes a little bit more about it into their website. It goes a little bit through, stay long, get cash, get a loan, keep the keys, all that sort of catchy marketing stuff that they're doing. But how does it really work? So you take out a loan using the MELD app, choose how much cash you'd like to borrow, you add it to your crypto you add your crypto as collateral, 2x the amount you'd like to borrow, and lock into a MELD smart contract. Then you get your cash. So once the smart contract is in place, your loan is electronically transferred to your bank anywhere in the world. You earn yield on your crypto, so your crypto collateral is added to MELD's liquidity pools to generate yield and work for you for the entire lifespan of the loan. You then pay back the loan, making monthly payments to pay back the interest and principal of your loan. Once the loan is paid off, your collateral is released back to you. Earn all the time, so regardless if you are borrowing, lending, staking, or hodling, you are always earning yield from crypto in your MELD app. Now guys, DeFi is not a new thing. This has been around for a long time, but this is pretty revolutionary stuff. And if you think about it, as we go into the future and for the years to come, banks are just going to be more and more out of the picture. So this being on Cardano and getting this much attention already, and not a lot compared to what other projects are getting, I think it's fantastic, and I do think MELD's going to be big. Then we go into the roadmap, which so far so good. They have ticked off most of the things that were meant to be done in Q2. Obviously leading into Q3, we've got some more things happening and a pretty exciting stuff happening in 2022. So I do like the fact that they've set stuff on their roadmap and they're actually achieving it, which is always a big one for me. I don't like to get into projects too early because I like to see if they're sticking to their word and doing what they're saying they're going to do. Now it goes into the full team, which I'm not going to look at the full team, but I am going to look at some key players later on in the video. And there is obviously the advisors as well, and the socials, which are really, really important. You obviously want to be following these guys on all the socials, LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord, Telegram, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it. There was a tweet that these guys posted a couple of days ago where there was more than 150 million ADA staked, which, as we talked about, is more than 190 million now, which is 260 million USD. Pool 1 and 3 are already full, but pools 2 and 5 are open and receiving delegations. So one of the other things that I really like about this project is that one of the pools you can have 50-50. So you can be rewarded in 50% MELD and 50% ADA. Or you can be 100% MELD. I'll be delegating to MELD 5, which is 100% MELD, because the point of me doing this is to earn MELD tokens, although I do want to earn ADA, and maybe later on I'll switch it depending on how the launch goes and how much the MELD tokens are worth. But this is pretty exciting stuff that so early on, I mean only 10 days into it, they have already made that much. So I do recommend following MELD on Twitter. And something I did want to mention, guys, and the reason I'm saying it's not as hyped as other projects. So just on the socials, 12,000 followers on Twitter, right? Which, you know, pretty great for a brand new project that's just launched 10 days ago. But SundaySwap has 75,000 followers. 75,000. And the buzz behind this one is absolutely huge. A lot of people are talking about SundaySwap. I'm not seeing a lot of people talking about MELD, which isn't a bad thing right now, but I think as we go along and these guys start, you know, showing what they can do, the buzz is going to get even bigger, and we're going to have even more put into it, and the rewards are going to keep getting better and better. So again, this is just early days, and you are very early to this. Now, they just released this only an hour ago about the MELD ISPO rewards and the bonuses, and people want to know how it works. So the most important thing that I took out of this is that you get 0.065 MELD per ADA per epoch. I don't really know how to say that, which is 5 days. So essentially every 5 days you earn 0.065 MELD for every ADA you have staked. So let's just keep it really basic, okay? So like myself, I'm going to delegate 1,000 ADA. So 1,000 times 0.065 is 65. So every 5 days I would be earning 65 MELD in theory. Okay, now they are going to do some incentives here. So if you hold for 1 to 9, or in this case 9 sets of 5 is 45 days. So if you hold for 45 days, you get 0. You don't get anything, okay? But if you hold between 10 and 19 sets, so let's just go highest end is 19. If you hold for 95 days, you get 8% bonus, which is pretty great. Now, if you hold, you know, between 20 and 29, it's 15%. Now, this one here, Diamond Hands, is the one I'm aiming for, is 30. So 30 times 5 days is 150 days, okay, which is a pretty long time, but not really if you think about it. If you're putting ADA in that you don't need, then you get a 25% bonus. So for someone like myself, you know, I'm guessing I'd be getting around 3,000 MELD, you know, if I invest for roughly 6 months. Now, if I were to get a 25% bonus, I'd get an additional 750 MELD. So these bonuses are pretty great. And, you know, I want to be a long-term delegator. I want the rewards. I am a long-term holder of Cardano, and I am going to be investing part of my long-term Cardano wallet into this. So I don't need the Cardano, and I'm happy to keep it in there for a while. So I really wanted to, you know, make you aware of this. I think the rewards are fantastic, and I think the amount of MELD that you're going to get is good, and it'll be really, really interesting to see what price this launches at, you know, and obviously we'll get some initial buzz, and then it'll probably correct, but I see this being a really, really exciting project. So getting into some important stuff is, how do you participate? So it is pretty simple, and I'm happy to make a video about it if you guys want to see exactly how to do it. But you just need to have some ADA. So if you don't have any, you need to buy some. You can buy it on any major exchange, Binance, Coinbase, if you're in Australia, Coinspot, all those sorts of ones. Then you delegate ADA to one of MELD's Cardano nodes. So to do that, you need to have the dataless wallet, as we talked about. So to get the dataless wallet, you just need to Google dataless mainnet, you download it onto your computer, you create a wallet. And then from the exchange that you have your ADA currently in, you have to transfer it to the dataless mainnet. And then from there, you can delegate it to one of these. Okay, and then you earn MELD tokens every 5 days, and they're locked until the token release. Number 4, you undelegate the ADA. Number 5, you get your MELD tokens airdropped on December 8th to your delegation wallet. So they've actually set a date, which is pretty exciting. So right now we're in the beginning of July. So we have August, September, October, November. So we got about 4 months until we get to the launch. So we're talking, let's just say, about 120 days. About 120 days. So if you started today, you would probably be in the still hands. You'd get at least a 50% reward. A 15% reward for holding. Now, obviously, on the 8th, they're going to give you a coin. So I think it's going to be hard for most people, depending on when you're watching this video, to get to the 25%. But regardless, 15% is great. I mean, just for doing nothing, pretty much. So, you know, they go on to talk about how revolutionary this is and all that sort of stuff, which we've already talked about. Now, last but not least, guys, I wanted to look at the 3 key players of this project. Now, number 1 is Ken Olling, and I do apologize if I am saying any of these names wrong. So he's the co-founder and chairman of MELD, obviously based in Singapore. Co-founded a blockchain-based lending and borrowing protocol. The concept came from seeing a need for crypto investors to be able to realize some of the value they have, lock DeFi as fiat, but without having to exit the position or be a subject to a tax event. So this guy has been involved in some pretty major projects. He's co-founded a lot of different projects. He's very involved in the technology space. So I do like his experience. I think he's got some pretty solid experience and obviously, you know, knows what he's talking about when it comes to this space, which is really great. And then we've got David Lin, who's the Chief Operating Officer at MELD. So, you know, looks to be a little bit younger. He has worked for some major companies over in Asia as well. Cathay Pacific, for those who enjoy traveling. He's had something to do there, and he's also been an internal auditor at Clark's, which is a pretty big company as well. So he's done a lot of auditing and stuff like that, which I find quite interesting, but he relies on meticulous analysis of issues and identification of root cause analysis, and possesses a deep appreciation and understanding of the applicable and severity of risks in the business model. He ensures that solutions recommended take into consideration practical nuances while not yet compromising on the requirements and overuse that all departments quickly learn and integrate all necessary elements for guaranteeing optimal operational efficiency. His auditing background is very good in the DeFi space, so I quite like that he's got that and he can identify that, because DeFi is a pretty tricky space and it is high risk, high reward for the user, but very high risk for the platform. So I like his background. I think he is a good addition to the team. And last but not least, I'm going to say this wrong, it's Hai Nguyen Quang. He is the co-founder and CEO of MELD. So leading in development of novel approaches to DeFi and blockchain technologies, working on interoperability solutions and state-of-the-art decentralized lending protocol, guiding sponsored teams to work on open source projects that benefit the whole ecosystem. So he's been an advisor to Indigo Labs, which is a project I'm sure a few of you are aware of. This is another project launching on the Cardano blockchain, which I will be talking about, and he's co-founded other companies. Prior to that, he was a software engineer. So obviously IT and that whole space is his forte. So again, seems like a pretty solid team at the top there, the top 3 guys in MELD. That's all I have for today, guys. If you like the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and as always, leave me a comment, tell me your thoughts. Is this one that you're going to invest in or what? As always, watch this space.